that just proves that everything we get each week is, everything in tips that we get is our paycheck. I mean, it's crazy. And this is because Lee Wang said in his scholarly journal from the University of Nevada is that business owners lowered the wages of their employees to the point where tips were required to supplement their income. And this is true. I mean, obviously, you know, $7.91 or $7.39 is not enough to get through the week, and I rely on tips at all costs. I mean, for everything. I use my tips as, you know, all my bills, all my you know, gas expenses, my food, and it comes from tips. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, on their website, I found that only 6 states actually pay their servers minimum wage before tips. And I was kind of impressed by that. I didn't think it happened anywhere, but it's kind of sad that it's only 6 states. I mean, these people they're serving you your food, and they don't even get paid enough to buy food, really, without, you know, minimum wage. Michigan, obviously, isn't one of those 6 states. They require only $2.65 an hour. And there's a weird catch, though, that I've noticed. I've gotten paychecks that are $0, and that's because if the server makes, I'm not sure what the exact ratio is, but if they make a certain amount in tips that's way over minimum wage, then they don't need a paycheck at all, apparently. So, I mean, it's nice when you can say you earned that much in money, but it's surprising. A lot of people, I mean, most servers probably don't make their career out of it, unless maybe you live in a huge city and make oodles of money, but living in the Midwest, I don't know. A lot of people are they're either, you know, putting themselves through school. That's what I'm doing. I'm finishing up my degree right now. Maybe they have children and bills and they're making payments on their home or something. They're getting to the next best thing. Maybe they're in between jobs and they just needed something for the moment to catch up and to get where they want to be financially wise. Or maybe it's a second job. That's also what I'm doing. I work at the grocery store in Brooklyn there as well, and that's a steady paycheck. Unlike this one, it's there's a medium hour wage, though. I found it in the Forbes magazine article. The median across the board there, it's $8.81, and that's per hour, way below the poverty level, though. To average, that's including, you know, tips and income and everything, and that's averaging it all out. $8.81 an hour to do that. I mean, and that varies, obviously. Like in the Midwest, it's probably lower. In the cities, it's probably higher. And there was also a quote in that article: because their pay is so dependent on tips, servers' wages vary widely. And that's not just talking about like, hey, in Midwest you get paid less, and in the cities you get paid more. That's saying like each server individually, their wages vary widely. On a really good week, I could come home with $300 to $500, and on a bad week, $40 to $100 all week. And that's how it goes, though. You never know. And so the moral of the story is to tip better. Give that gratuity. First of all, it ensures promptness. Like I said, it started as a status thing, but now it's kind of a social norm. Waitresses also, they'll remember a good tipper, and they'll remember bad tipper as well. Secondly, it's not always our fault. Sometimes things happen and we're sorry. We want that tip, so we try to make the experience for the customer as pleasant as possible. We want to make everything flow. If it is our fault, we try to make it right. We are human still. We make mistakes. Everybody does. And lastly, tips are paychecks. We don't get paid much for an hourly wage, or most of us don't. We do have a life to pay for. We have, some servers have children. I have a friend actually who has 2 little boys, and she has to, work more hours and try to get those better tips and pay for their food, pay for everything. We have homes, cars, other bills, food, and like I said, and cell phones and everything. So just life to pay for. Also, wages vary greatly all the time. They fluctuate. So again, I say, imagine the uncertainty of living with pay like that. It's real life for servers. Imagine clients, consumers. Imagine the job that you're in right now, and try to imagine having the consumers and the customers deciding what you get paid, regardless of if you're working your hardest or if you're just getting by. It's just their opinion or their mood that day that tells them how much they're going to pay you. If they're short on cash, you don't get paid. So since wages vary greatly, be kind to your servers in case this is a bad week. Thank you.